Okay. Hey guys. Today I just wanted to talk about something that has been on my mind lately, especially now that I'm done with my classes and I feel that I am kind of just thinking about things that I was doing as a mother that I don't really like, and that I remember when I was a kid that I felt like I didn't want to do it when I was a mother, and now I'm doing those things. So I hope you guys can relate. So one of the things that I remember I used to say that I would never do as a mother was that I wasn't gonna scream, that I was gonna take out my frustration another way, that um I wasn't gonna scream at my children. I wanted to be that attachment like parent that was like, no child, like it's okay, like trying to speak with words. But I feel that that is more like easier said than done, especially right now when I was in school. I feel like I was screaming a lot more because I was frustrated, especially around like midterms or when I had to turn in an assignment. And my children, my oldest is 4 years old and the youngest one is she's only a week old, so she was barely born, so I wouldn't really count her as like anything that involved her. But my my oldest one is gonna be 4 years old in like tomorrow, and then the other one is 2 years old and the other one is 1 years old. So they're all just like crazy. They're all just like like to do their own thing, and yeah, and I feel like I am doing some things that I wish I wouldn't do. I don't know if you guys can relate as a mother. When you were a child, or when you would, if you could remember. Especially, I could remember more, I guess, because it's a small gap from me being a an adolescent or a child and like actually getting parented, and then me actually being the one parenting. So I just can remember my mom has always, ever since I can remember, she's always kind of just screamed and like commanded. And I always thought, I'm not gonna do that. Like, that's really messed up. I wish my mom would talk to me with words. And I find myself doing that sometimes. And um I don't know, how do you guys deal with that? I i i don't like screaming at my kids. I wouldn't say that I'm like crazy, but like I do sometimes take out my frustration. I'm like, no, stop that, or like, don't do that, stop fighting with your brother. And I find myself doing a lot of those things. And I wish I could do it in a different way, where it's just like, hey, like, you guys stop fighting, stop, play together, or like, here, do this. And I do that sometimes, but it's really hard not to get frustrated. And I'm over here trying to study, and or like I'm in my, and I put them to do an activity. Or sometimes I always said I wouldn't let my kids get babysat by the TV, but they get babysat by the TV a lot. It's easy for me to just put the TV for my two older ones, and they sit there and they watch whatever the hell they're watching. And and I could get some studying done or get some chores done. And and that's another thing that I said I wasn't gonna do, and I do it. And I guess me making this video, I guess it's just venting, maybe, or just trying to get to the point that like, I'm not a perfect parent. And maybe reaching out to some of you guys, just because I don't really have a lot of people to talk to about this. Just, and maybe you guys could relate. You guys could say, hey, you know what, like, I'm not a perfect parent either. Or maybe you are a perfect parent, and you could give me some tips of how to be a better parent. We all parent differently. And I feel like, from what I read from my psychology book, is that you parent more like the way that you were parented. So if you grew up in a household that used scrutiny and used like love and compassion, then you're gonna exhibit those same parenting styles. And I only grew up with my mom. I didn't grow up with my dad. So the way that I was parented was It was mostly just like yelling. I wasn't really like spanked or anything, but I will say that, you know, like a lot of the times my mom was, you know, frustrated from work, and she just kind of just wanted to get home and chill, and I wouldn't let her. Or, you know, I had my own drama that I thought was important. So, you know, just what do you guys think? Do you guys do any of those stuff? I'll probably just babble on in another video, but I hear my kids coming in. So yeah. So let me know in the comments if you guys are perfect parents or not, and if you can relate, or if you can give me some tips.